This
Recorded, so
conference will now be recorded.
Recording
Oh,
now.
okay, let's get it.
Okay. So, well, Brady, why didn't you say something earlier? Okay.
sorry.
All right. So we're just making these journal entries. Next is labor. Can y'all make the direct labor journal entry?
Work in process.
One, though.
Yeah, 1.
That's how much?
2.
72,500.
Okay, we got the pan.
What we're gonna credit?
Cash.
And what's the next thing we're gonna record?
The manual overhead.
So we're gonna record the manufacturing overhead. 200,000. What are we gonna debit?
Work in process 1.
Process 1. What we're gonna credit?
Manufacturing overhead.
How much? What we say, 200,000?
200,000.
Okay. Okay, let's see if we can get those posted. So 330. We need to put this credit here.
The next one was 272. 500.
500. And the other one was how much?
2,000.
200,000.
Yeah, 200,000.
Okay. So we got our cost in. And then next it tells us to do what? Transfer to work process 2. So we need now to make the journal entry. Debit what?
Work in process 2.
Work in process 2. And what we're gonna credit?
Work in process 1.
Work in process 1. Shakana is humming today.
You put
And how
2.
much? What? Did I put 2 down?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it should be 1. And how much is it gonna be? Great tell. We go back up here to our chart, and we said it was what? 750,000.
750,000.
So we debit work in process 2, 750,000, and we credit work in process 1, 750,000. Now we're going to go down here and post. And so we're going to have a credit in here of 750,000, and a debit to work in process 2, 750,000. We add up these total debits. How much was it? 330, 272, 5, and 200,000. How much is that? We know the
802, 500.
802, 500. So what's the balance in this account?
52,500.
500. And how much is in raw materials?
70,000.
Okay. Okay. Any questions on anything we just did? So we sort of we did our calculation first. Okay. So we know what the transfer is going to be. Probably a good way to start. Then we recorded these transactions and did the transfer. Now you know what y'all job is now, right?
To do that part?
Mm-hmm. So Shekinah, you work on it, and then we'll let Powell handle the screen once you get it worked up and everything.
Okay.
Powell, you about ready?
No, dude, I can't read the screen. Oh my goodness.
You got a bunch of points for doing the screen the other day. I'll give it to somebody else.
Okay, all right.
Can you go back up to the top?
Yeah. Joanna here? Joanna? She's still here? She had to leave. Okay, so you're going to make these same journal entries, but you're now in work in process 2. Everybody's supposed to be doing this now. So your quiz, you have to do it yourself. So let's say everybody work on this. It's not that bad. Let me know when you're ready, Shekinah.
Okay.
You ready?
Almost.
Okay. Anybody else ready to help her out? Shekinah's gonna get all the points today.
What we doing?
Thank you,
What we doing,
Jasmine.
Chicago?
Just making those journal entries.
What part we on? Transaction
Working
working process
process
2?
2. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
we
you, right?
Huh?
What are you doing, sleeping?
No, cleaning.
Cleaning.
I had to waste some on my carpet.
All right.
Mhm.
250,000. What's the thing at the top?
So
What was
let's
your price
see.
at the top? Ronald,
Huh?
remember the price at the top for these transactions?
The price is right there on the side.
No, not these. The one we have to multiply by?
You didn't have to do that.
Oh, I'm not doing that step?
No, we already got the total for you.
Oh,
We just
Gotcha.
plotting the numbers in the journal entries. We just gotta make the journal entries. The numbers are already there on the side.
oh, cool. Gotcha.
Okay, so I have the first four so far.
Four.
Yeah.
Does everybody have these? Well, what I'll do,
Hold on.
what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy these. I'm gonna copy. I'm gonna paste them right here. Because they're the same, except for a couple of things. These numbers are gonna change. And we're now in working process 2. And now we're going to be going from working process 2
To finish good.
Mhm.
Finish good to working process two.
Okay, so what's our first journal entry?
Raw
Raw
materials and accounts payable of 250,000.
50,000,000 and 250,000,000. And let's jump down here. Okay, what comes next?
Working process two. Raw materials 150,000.
We transferred in 150. And let's go ahead and post that. And we have to credit raw materials for 150. Okay, what comes next?
Working process two. Cash of 275,000.
So this is the labor being paid. So let's go and post that. 275,000. What next?
Working process two. Manufacturing overhead of 200,000.
200,000.
I need help.
Okay, so let's see, we can get that posted. 200,000 here.
What'd you say, Jasmine?
Hey, girl, you ain't need none. No help. You got that.
The next part I am.
Creditor here for 200,000, correct? Then we had a what was the overhead in the first part at 802,500?
I believe 200,000. Yeah, 200,000.
That one too. So we have two overheads of 200,000. Okay. So what comes next?
Finished good working process two.
Say what now?
I don't have the number for that one.
The finished goods? I don't remember the number from that one either.
Brady, you can get that number.
I don't know.
Okay.
You go back to
So we started 10,000 units, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll put that in. And how many did we complete in this process? Was it? Uh, 8,000,
oh, it's
okay?
crazy.
8.
So we know we got 8,000 that are completed. So we can just bring that across. And so the partial complete is 2,000 again, right?
Where you get 2,000 from?
You got that yeah. You divided. What you divided?
Where did I get 2,000 from, Brady? I mean, Powell.
The difference?
The difference, if I started 10,000, I completed 8,000,
Got
then
you.
2,000 would be partially complete.
Oh, okay.
That was the same
Percentage.
thing.
Okay, let's see what it says.
Percentage was 50,000.
50% for the raw material, 75% for conversion costs. So we need a 50% here, and we need a 75% here. Okay. So when we get to the partially equivalent units, how much we got here? 50% of 2,000 is what?
1,000.
How many we got here? 75% of 2,000 is how much?
1,500.
Yeah, 1,500.
Okay. Total equivalent units. What's gonna go on this line?
11,000.
Okay. No. In line
You
one.
said 1 plus 4. Oh, I'm
What?
tripping. Okay. 9,000.
So 9,000 goes here. What we're gonna have over here?
9,500.
Yeah, 11,575.
How much calls we got in the work in process accounts?
Wait, what? What's number 5?
Where you at?
You said I saw him adding 10 in line 1 and line 4, right?
In line 1 right here. This is line 0 here.
Oh, okay. Got you. I was adding the wrong thing.
Okay. So let's go to our T account for work in process. Didn't I have it down here somewhere? What happened to T account? In work in process 2, what do we have here, Shikana?
1,375,000.
What's the total?
1,375,000.
75,000?
375. Yeah, there.
Okay, so that's what we got in the account. Now, the key here is that the cost transferred over becomes a raw material in work in process 2. So your raw material, it comes in from work in process 1 as a completed raw material for you to work on. So the total cost is going to be 750 plus 150. Is that 900,000?
Mm-hmm.
And conversion cost, 275 and 200 is gonna be what?
475.
475. With me having done all of that, y'all tell me how much is gonna be on this line here. How much is going in the journal entry? Time for you all to do something.
$100 for 7 on the left side.
Give me my line 7 amounts.
100 for that one. 100 for raw materials and 50 for conversion.
Okay. The units transferred, we said, well, how many?
Was it 8,000?
8,000 completed.
That's gonna be 800,000. That's gonna be 400,000.
So we add these together, we get what, 1,000,000 what?
1,200,000.
So you see, it's not, you know, the most of work because we took out some of the details of the multiplying unit cost and everything. And we don't, you know, it's kind of like a total cost. You can't, when the crude comes out of the Gulf, there is no unit cost per the oil. There's a total cost that was expended to bring that crude here. But it's not a gallon by gallon cost. So it's a whole different approach that we're using. We still have to get the unit cost. Okay, so that's 1,200,000. So we're gonna debit finished goods for 1,200,000.
1,200,000.
We're gonna credit work in process 2 for 1,200,000. Okay, so now we gotta put those in. So how much is left?
175,000.
75. Now, and we're having finished goods now, what, 1,200,000. Okay. Okay. What's our next transaction?
Cost of goods
So
sold.
units at 4 times the unit. So you got one more journal entry to make. So 5,000 units at 4 times the unit cost. So in this case, you know, with gasoline, they don't come up with a pre-cost. They look at what their costs are, and after they determine what their costs are, then they go and put selling price in. So we see that difference too. So the oil companies, they determine what the cost is, then they put a price on it. So you sold 5,000 units at 4 times the unit cost. Let's see if we can get into these T accounts a little bit. Let's get into finished goods. Okay, so we have how many units over here total? 8,000?
Mm-hmm.
We're selling 5,000. So what is our unit cost gonna be?
$150.
How'd you get 150?
I divided 1,200,000 divided by
Right,
8,000.
so 150. Okay. And so if that's 150, then we know the selling price is gonna be what? What's our selling price multiple? 4?
4.
4. So what's our selling price gonna be?
600.
600. So we're doing the same thing. So we're selling 5,000 units. How much we gonna take out of the account? So we need 2 entries. We need a cash
And sales.
sales entry
And cost of goods sold.
and we need a, like I said, COGS entry. And we need a finished goods, how much we're taking out. And you all calculate those. We're almost finished.
So would cash sales be 600?
600 times 5,000, how much is that? What is 600 times 5,000?
3 million.
3 million?
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been in the, in the sales entry. And then for the COGS amount, how much we're gonna put in here? Pray tell, how much might go here? How much is left in the account?
Mm,
450,000?
yeah.
Well, how did I get 750?
I have no clue.
I have no clue. I just simply multiply 5,000 times unit cost of 150.
Oh, okay.
Is that right, Powell?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, suppose we want to do a cost of goods manufactured and a cost of goods sold for this problem. How would we do that?
Sales would be 3 million.
Yeah, but that's down here.
Oh, you talking up there?
Because we got to get a cost of goods manufactured now. We don't have a beginning finished goods inventory. So what we're going to do, what we would do, let's see if I can do that. I guess I could have bought down the 802,500. So you see how we can just go to that work in process one account and get these numbers? So we simply went up here and got the numbers that came in. Then we'll get that first raw materials, 400. So the ending on these raw materials must be 70,000. Okay. No beginning inventory here. What was our ending inventory? And go to that T account. 52.5. So the cost of goods manufactured that went from work in process one was a 750,000. Now, for work in process two, we're going to go here and do a similar thing. Okay. But what we do have to do here is to go on the 750. We will go and stick it in down here. Because that's how we get to the 1,375. What was our ending inventory and work in process?
175,000.
175,000. So this becomes what, 1,200,000, right?
Yes.
Okay. And let's just see, we purchased how much for work in process 2 for raw materials? It was $250, right?
250,000.
And the ending would have been what, 100,000?
Where you get that from?
Well, if I purchased 250 and I use 150, then that seemed like that would be 100.
Oh, okay.
What you think? Think so?
Yeah.
And so the total we're saying here is 170. Let's just go to our raw materials tier counters to see if we still. So we add these two numbers, add these two numbers to get the difference. How much do we have? So this is what? 650. And this is
Or
80. So what's our difference? 650 minus 480, how much is that?
170,000.
Came up with. Yeah. We got to 170. So we're gonna add the purchases, 400 and 250. That's gonna be what?
650.
And the raw materials used are gonna be
1,200,000. 1,230,000. Wait, let me see if that's right.
330 plus 150 is how much?
900. Wait, 330 plus 150
Mm-hmm.
or 80.
I'll put 480 here. Then 272, 500 plus 275 is how much? No, this one's 400,000.
540. Wait, never mind. That's gonna be 547,500. 5475.
7,500. Our total manufacturing cost when we add all of these up.
Wait, we're gonna add those two numbers up?
480 of these three numbers. How much is that? I just add
1,427,500.
1,
427,500.
and our ending work in process inventories were how much? We add these two together. How much is that?
227,500.
227,500.
500.
And if we subtract 1,427 from 227,500, how much do we get?
$1,200,000.
And then we say the answer always had to be how much we transferred finished goods. $1,200,000. So cost overlap. The overlapping cost, that's 750, we take that out. We can't count it twice. Okay. So we take it out. And so when we get here, we take out the overlapping costs again. Down here, we're gonna do what again? Take out the overlapping costs. So that 750, we already have it in our numbers here. So if we didn't take the 750 out, you count the 750 twice. So the working process one cost of 750, and that's in these numbers here. Just think about that. So sales with 3 million. And then we said cost of goods manufactured, we bring it down 1.2 million. Less ending finished goods.
450.
50. So I didn't give you any of this, in terms of adjustment. So the adjusted would simply be the 750. Just to simplify it, 3 million minus 750 gives us a gross profit of what? 2 million.
Yeah, 2,250,000.
So this is what I expect you to be able to do in this chapter. So the key thing is we don't need to go through the whole process, but we need to, you can't just tie unit cost to the raw materials. We will to the end product, but to the raw materials, we won't. Working process one, working process two, the finished goods. COGS, remember that, put that 750 in here. Okay, so you have to make an equivalent. The only thing you're doing different is making the equivalent calculation with a table to determine your transfer, and you got to do it twice. Here's a demonstration problem in here. Very involved. Let's see what I might have in here for you all. Okay, so team 1,
Oh my gosh.
team 2, 3. Well, I'll be nice. Everybody will work on 12-1.
Can you scroll up so I can take a picture?
No, go buy the book. Does everybody have it?
No, you did that a little too fast.
All right, here's the top part. Got it?
Yes.
Now here's the bottom part.
Okay, I got it.
So Shekinah, you'll be presenting.
What?
Hey, okay, she got this.
You break that call.
Powell, you be
Mhm.
green. We're only gonna take a half an hour on this problem. You know, on the exam, you'd have to be able to at least, go through and do one transfer. So you have to be able to do some equivalent units and do
So
one
each
transfer.
team work on that?
Yep.
Okay.
Got to work on, get it together, plan to spend a half an hour on it. Then we're going to spend about 15 minutes on absorption costing versus variable costing as we begin to move in a different direction of planning. And when we look at after the fact costs, we use the traditional method, but we're going to move into variable costing, which we use for planning. We'll talk about 10 to 15 minutes on that, look at that.
Will you have office hours tomorrow just in case like we have questions?
Sure. And then we go on for the last half an hour tomorrow on cost volume profit relationships.
Yes, Lord.
And cost volume relationship, let's break even. Marketing majors need to know break even. So we begin to pull back into the project. And when we finish this material, no later than next Thursday, then part 2 of your project will be due. You will have everything you need to do part 2 of the project. A sample of part 2 is in course content. So teams got to be on the ball, working here in attendance, getting this information.
When that's due, the second part?
I guess it'll be due in 2 weeks, probably. Well, a week from next, well, probably that Friday after that. So, all right, it'll do a combination of Thursday and Friday. And of course, once we finish this material, starting sometime at the end of class, what time is this class over?
5:50.
Okay. Starting at 6 o'clock for say half the teams, and then about 3 o'clock on Friday for the other half. Each team will do me a 15-minute presentation on part 2. So we'll be going through by next Tuesday. You need to have, we'll need these times. So I'll be meeting with each team individually as each team works on their part 2. After we finish this, break-even analysis, as we determine the quantities, we then get into the master budget. The master budget, which you'll be prepared for your project. So you will have a budget 3 years. This is the master budget. So for each year, where you're losing 100,000 the first year, breaking even the second year, making $1 million the third. So I'll just keep it there. You got to do a sales budget, production budget, selling administrative expense budget, direct materials, labor, manufacturing overhead budget, cash budget showing you where you are cash wise, and then a budget, the income statement, and a balance sheet for each of your years. You got to produce these budgets, but your assumptions have to be correct. And so we'll be moving intensely. We'll be using our 6 to 7 o'clock office hours time as needed as I meet with individual teams as we finish up the process. Okay. Your attendance is important to get those points because I probably would not give another test until the final. So your project will be is 100 points, and then this period that we into now will probably be worth 100 points also.
Did you
So I
put
will-
midterm grades in?
Not yet.
I hope not.
Well, I didn't want to depress myself and you all, so I hadn't started on them. Well, yeah, I got them there. I just don't have the exams graded.
That bad?
Tell me, did your trial balance?
No.
But they were bad. Just
I
talk.
mean, everything else is, man, you know what?
Everything else is right.
I don't know if we ain't valid.
Yeah, if you didn't balance, that's always kind of problematic. So I'll look at those, and, I'll get to those and try to get those done. But now, there was some throwing under the bus. Some teams said only we worked on it, and nobody else did. So we're really gonna get the thrown under the bus time as you work on this project. Because what you did on that midterm represents about 1 year on the project. So now you got to get 3 years done like that. So everybody's got to be producing. So each person in the team, I'm only having, do 3 years. So some people can get together, but the equivalent, and that's why it was important to do the midterm. The equivalent of the midterm must be done for each of your 3 years.
I'm gonna leave on that note.
You better get your team together and tell them to start working, pal.
Hello. Well, I'll see you tomorrow in office hours.
All right.
All right, Tim.
Those folks who didn't, you didn't do much, you're in trouble. You need to be in office hours. Well, I expect a super effort. Been mighty quiet this semester.
All right, Professor Boyd, I'll see you on tomorrow.
Okay.
Me too.
Clifton,
Huh?
I'm not talking to Clifton. Get with your group. Dasmond, get with that group. Make sure they include you.
I need to do that.
Okay, make sure you work with them. Okay, so office hours are at 3 tomorrow. Till, as we work on this, get your project done. Now we move into the home stretch. We will talk to everybody on tomorrow. So you missed, you behind, you need to be in office hours, after hours, and we're moving after hours. Have a pleasant afternoon, everyone.